Not to cut you off, Adam, do you think, and I'm being genuine, do you think it's hate? I think there's different levels. Like Dan Bilzerian is in full hate, anger, Jewish people. Like he's there. Yeah. But when it comes to Tucker and I think, Adam, it comes to like being having accountability and saying like, hey, listen, like October 7th, all that, okay, whatever, we can talk about all that stuff. But it's what's happening. Like look what's happening right now. And if they're bringing it up and we can't at least acknowledge some of the problems, and you say, Adam, I don't expect all of them to be 100% on the same page. Adam, everybody's going to have different opinions. They're completely different people. Completely different. But to say that they just hate Israel, that's a pretty out there statement. Just say hate. If they have some distaste and they have some problems.
We can put together a highlight reel of the blood libel regarding Tucker and Nick Fuentes and Candace and that crew. You talked about a collision course. There will be a collision course because I called this yesterday. I think this is duct tape diplomacy. These people are not all on the same page. And once you start pulling this thread, this whole thing is going to fall apart. And the one common theme with all these people is that they just hate Israel. That's it. So why is Cenk Uygur, who's a progressive atheist, and Candace Owens, who's a Catholic Christian nationalist, and Nick Fuentes, who's a Catholic theocratic, quote unquote, racist, anti-Semite, Tucker, who's just asking questions, Dan Bilzerian, who's this hedonist who enjoys harems, what do they have in common? Not a lot. It's just the fact that they've bonded together over their dislike or hate of Israel. So the biggest thing here with Tucker is that he weaponizes asking questions. I'm just asking questions. I don't know. Is Netanyahu Hitler? It's just me asking questions. I don't know.
In this video, as you can see, the renowned PBD clown Adam Sosnick has once again gone on a mission to personally attack the people who are against the genocide of Israel. I don't know how many of you noticed at the start of the video, Patrick bet David giving Adam Sosnick the floor to go on and tear apart anyone who is against Israel. And if you think this is the worst, Adam Sosnick lied about Nick Fuentes, Dan Bilzerian, Cenk Uygur, and anyone who is against Israel, then I request every one of you guys just watch until the end. The PBD crew will expose themselves on their own PBD podcast show.
Was my dad who was the CIA? I don't know. You know exactly what you're doing, Tucker, when you ask these questions and you weaponize your opinion and you put it together in a nice little bow tie like you used to wear for the general public to basically absorb and be like, maybe this journalist is just asking questions. No, you're presenting your opinion in the form of a question. I think this whole crew, Nick Fuentes, Tucker, you're already seeing the rumblings. They're going to fight and it's going to get ugly. Nick Fuentes does not like Candace because she's black. Candace does not like Tucker because he's establishment. All these people don't like Dan Bilzerian. I don't think so.
Well, Candace says nothing but good things about Tucker.
It'll fall apart.
No, I don't. I think the part about Fuentes, I don't know. Again, like I said, I don't know a lot about him. All I know is when I hear him say his messaging, he's consistent with what he's saying. I have never watched.
None of these people are idiots. They're all smart.
No, but
can you imagine the level of lies Adam Sosnick tells in these podcasts against Palestinians, supporters of Palestine, and anyone who is against Israel? Even PBD, the co-host, had to step in and correct Adam Sosnick because even PBD knows the lies Adam Sosnick is saying are going to destroy their credibility. That's an insane level of lying, guys. Let me know in the comments if you agree with me on this.
But when you're bonded by hate, it's going to fall apart and it's going to get ugly.
Can I say one thing, Pat? Not to cut you off, Adam. Do you think? And I'm being genuine. Do you think it's hate? I think there's different levels. Like Dan Bilzerian is in full hate, anger, Jewish people. Like he's there. Yeah. But when it comes to Tucker and I think, Adam, it comes to like being having accountability and saying like, hey, listen, like October 7th, all that, okay, whatever, we can talk about all that stuff. But it's what's happening. Like look what's happening right now. And if they're bringing it up and we can't at least acknowledge some of the problems, and you say, Adam, I don't expect all of them to be 100% on the same page. Adam, everybody's going to have different opinions. They're completely different people. Completely different. But to say that they just hate Israel, that's a pretty out there statement. Just say hate. If they have some distaste and they have some problems.
We can put together a highlight reel of the blood libel that they've said So Tucker Carlson, let's stay there for a second. Is his father part of the CIA, and did he know it or not, and when did he know it? Based on this, it looks like he's lying to Candace Owens' face. Yes or no?
I think so.
Okay.
From what we just saw, from what
Right.
from like, how about this? Not like he worked for them or around
Dick
them.
Carlson, really? You tell me this guy wasn't CIA? He just looks like one. Number two, I could show you tapes, so many of them. Candace Owens praising Israel, praising what Bibi Netanyahu has done, praising the Jewish people, saying that we have to stop this Muslim aggression. Not 20 years ago, not 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 4 years ago, 3 years ago,
So what
8
happened?
years ago.
What do you think happened?
Something happened. I don't know. I don't know what happened.
If you had to
But if I could
guess-
roll the tape.
Yeah.
So you know why I respect Nick Fuentes?
Yeah.
I don't see one video of him praising Israel, the Jews. Everything's not liking him and hating him. Stick to your position. Why is Candace Owens flipped so dramatically? By the way, same thing with Tucker. Why is he flipped so? What has happened?
Well, you heard
What's
well,
happened?
But here's my question to you: what do you honestly think it is? What do you think? Because Candace is smart as hell. Tucker, these people are smart as hell.
I
Adam.
think
What happened?
If I could give you a quick, if I can give you a quick summary, and I'll be super quick.
Yeah.
Tucker is the biggest faker out there because he's the elitist masquerading as a populist. Don't believe me? Roll the tape with what Nick Fuentes says. He says he's this elitist who's basically all like about hunting and whiskey. Dude, you're the only person in the history of the world that's had their own show on CNN, MSNBC, and Fox. Stop pretending you're not establishment. You've helped build the establishment, Tucker Carlson. Candace, I don't know what happened with Candace. She worked for Prager University, and she worked for Charlie Kirk with Turning Point, and all of a sudden she's the biggest anti-Israel person out there. I don't know what happened. If I would speculate, it's probably something to do with her husband, who's Catholic, and there's a form of Catholicism that absolutely hates Israel and the Jews. Don't believe me? Ask her husband, I think his name is George.
Yeah.
His father, their relationship right there. Nick Fuentes, as disgusting as some of his takes are, he's being real. And some people appreciate being real over being fake like Tucker.
But
Have you ever seen a clown talking about people who are 100 times more established, respected, and known in this world? Then watch Adam Sosnick. Does Adam Sosnick even know the people he is talking about? Like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens? He will never even come close to the level of the people he is criticizing. Adam Sosnick asked why people like Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens flipped from supporting Israel to going against it. It's because they found out the truth, Adam. They found out they were wrong and realized how manipulative the Western media is in hiding the reality of the situation. That is why they changed their path. You aren't just against Candace and Tucker, Adam. You are against their take on Israel because unlike you, Tucker and Candace didn't sell out.
to Candace's point, do you not think maybe with Candace, besides that's your take about the father and the brother.
That's not my take.
No, with George.
Look at the guy's tweets.
No, I'm saying with George.
I'm not
saying,
bringing opinions here. I'm bringing receipts.
But what I'm saying is, do you think like the actions of the government of Israel, not Jewish people around the world, the actions of the government led by Bibi Netanyahu could be a main thing that's making Candace go, wait a minute, and shift gears and change her tune? Because that's what, Adam, I feel like a lot of people's attitudes have changed because of that, the response of October 7th. And that's what it is, bro. It's like, listen, I get it, Adam. You attack us, we're attacking you back. America, I get it, but you have to do it strategically.
If that's the case,
yeah.
All I want her to do is criticize America until the end of time, because America has done way worse in Afghanistan, in Iraq.
You don't think she
and
has?
multiple countries around the world.
You don't think she has?
Not like this.
I guess what? He's heard me. You've heard me. I left the military. One of the main reasons.
He's not talking
because
about you. He's talking about her.
That's what I'm saying. She's criticized our government.
One of
all
the most
time.
disgusting things. And actually, what's crazy is every time I've hung out with Candace, I've enjoyed my time with Candace. She's cool. She's fun. And I said this the other day. She's been infected by some sort of bug. That's what it is. I don't know what it is. I'm not speculating. I like Candace. I like Dave Smith. I like Cenk. We get along. That's what we do here. But I can absolutely disagree with some of the disgusting takes that they have. They might disagree with me. That's totally okay.
Vincent Oshana, aka Vinny, just exposed the reality. People didn't flip for no reason. They saw the truth of what was happening in Gaza and couldn't stay silent. Adam calls them fakers and elitists. But the real fake here is the man who ignores the facts to protect his bias. Tucker and Candace have platforms Adam will never reach, and it's clear that jealousy and desperation are driving his attacks.
But you asked a question about the father?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, well,
we could find the tweet.
No, I'm saying what you said about like what made her switch from praising Israel to now. I don't think it was the father. I think it was actions from the Israeli government. That's me. Again, that's my opinion.
Okay.
And she could,
war is
whatever.
ugly.
How much you think is what the Ben Shapiro comments and what happened at Daily Wire? You think that's?
I think that's
what
a big
percentage of it you think is that? What started it?
And here's my question: what was the Ben thing? Because I remember Ben Shapiro was him standing on the
At
table.
any event,
What was it?
What do you think about Candace? He made a comment, and then from there,
was it because
I don't
she
even
was
know what he
criticized?
said,
Yeah.
but I do know he said something. I don't agree with what Candace said.
She was okay.
And then she from there put Christ as king, and then the follow not king.
I think but what made Ben say something is because she was saying what about what Israel was doing. I don't remember exactly what it was. I remember him standing on the table and the event and saying,
how many kids does Candace have now? 4 kids?
4? I think so.
And I would not talk about her kids whatsoever. But I've heard Candace Owens say on her show, listen, sometimes I'm pregnant. I get emotional. I get angry. If you've been pregnant, walking around pregnant every single year for the last 5 years, you're going to have a lot of emotions and a lot of anger going on in your mind. And I think there's a lot of things she says almost like, I'm just asking questions. Well, she will weaponize an opinion in the form of a question. We've seen this clip with Ben. I think it was a bad look for Ben to call out Candace while she was still on the Daily Wire. That was not a good look for
but my
Ben.
question is, what did she say? What did she say?
Take a look at how low Adam Sosnick is willing to go. When he can't defeat Candace Owens' arguments with logic or facts, he resorts to the oldest, most desperate tactic in the book, attacking her for being a mother. Adam actually sat there and suggested that Candace's stance against the genocide is just pregnancy brain or emotional instability. It is the height of arrogance to dismiss a woman's entire worldview as just a hormonal byproduct of having children. Think about the hypocrisy, Adam. You claim to be a truth seeker, but your first move is to gaslight a woman by telling her she's just too emotional to understand geopolitics. You aren't criticizing her policy. You are attacking her womanhood because you are terrified of the truth she is speaking. It's not pregnancy that changed her mind, Adam. It's a conscience, something you clearly wouldn't know anything about.
Say.
Yes,
She was
the question was about Candace Owens. I think her behavior during this has been disgraceful. Without a doubt.
You said disgraceful? Yeah. That to me is a private conversation they should have had.
Yeah. Listen. A lot of times when things like this has happened, this could have been prevented very early on by Daily Wire. It could have been prevented by Daily Wire. We're not going to rehash that. I don't want to bring that up. We've already had that
I'll
conversation.
make one comment about Ben. Probably one of the smartest people on the planet. Not a leader. Not a leader. He's a solo guy. I don't see people say, all right, Ben's going to lead the meeting. Let's all get galvanized. Pat's a leader. I mean, we're here in Vegas. There's going to be 10,000 people in an auditorium at a company he built. Ben is a smart, sharp, capable solo act. Nobody's better at debating college kids, going into a crowded room or being on a show and holding his own. Nobody's better.
Charlie Kirk
There's a
is
big
pretty
difference. Charlie Kirk's amazing as well. There's a big difference between having an opinion and being smart and being a lawyer and being a scholar than running a company. And he should have done a better job with managing Candace Owens.
We'll see.
Now he's reaping
We'll see what
he sowed.
happened. But by the way, this isn't the first time Tucker's gone through, controversy that comes with him and what happens. The reality of it is the entire market's talking about it. And that climbs the podcast higher and higher and higher. And more people. Remember, half the time when you're growing your audience, just look at our comment section. What percentage of our comment section loves us? 100%? Hell no.
I'm looking at all the comments. 100% of people love me, Pat.
Look at the absolute delusion on display. While Patrick admits the audience is divided, Adam Sosnick shouts from the back that 100% of people love him. This isn't just a joke, it is a symptom of the God complex and total detachment from reality that is destroying the PBD podcast. Adam, the comments aren't loving you, they are laughing at you. They are calling out your blatant, one-sided propaganda. You and Patrick have turned a platform that was once about independent thinking into a mouthpiece for a foreign government. The Valuetainment audience is waking up. People didn't subscribe to hear you smear anyone who opposes a genocide as infected or emotional. They're tired of the bias, the weaponized questions, and the fake tough guy act. You've sold your credibility to protect a narrative, and now you're watching your respect decline in real time. You aren't 100% loved, Adam. You are 100% compromised. The receipts are out, the audience is leaving, and the only people still buying what you're selling are the ones paying your bills.
Or hate,
100% of you.
love or hate, you're watching it.
And there it is. After 16 of slandering mothers, calling truth tellers fakers, and ignoring a literal genocide, what do? They sell you a t-shirt, they sell you a ticket. Patrick and Adam want you to believe the future looks bright, but they are blinded by their own bias. They've traded their curiosity for a paycheck and their integrity for access. They mock the very audience that built them while gaslighting anyone who dares to speak up for the oppressed. The value in Valuetainment is gone. Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens didn't flip. They woke up. And it's time for this audience to do the same. Don't let a salesman in a suit tell you what to think while he profits from the silence. The receipts don't lie. Adam Sosnick is a clown, and the PBD crew is officially compromised. The question isn't whether they are lying to you. The question is, how much longer are you going to listen?